Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're back in House Flipper Pets for the final assignment number 10, which is in this little group over here, the home clinic. Saving the life of his kitty Oakley was a turning point in Alan's life. He decided it's never too late to start a career, and he enrolled in a veterinary school shortly after his 32nd birthday. Now an experienced vet, he's planning to move to Cosy Village with his family to help his old pal Morgan. He even found the perfect place to open a home clinic, after some necessary adjustments, of course. And I think the house just above it is the one that Morgan's actually living in, so he's actually going to be the neighbour to Morgan. So Morgan's got the pet sanctuary and his friend is moving in pretty much right next door and opening a veterinary clinic, so that will actually work really, really well for the two of them working together. So we're going to convert part of the house. Oh look, it's like that last house that we had. We've got like entrance into the ground floor, and then you've got stairs up to the floor above, and then so you could have like a two-storey house, and then the ground floor could be the clinic, couldn't it?
The house is more than enough for a family with a cat. So I count on you to prepare a separate space for my home clinic. The first floor seems to be perfect for that. That's why I will need some basic equipment in there. I'll bring the specialized instruments with me later on. I have no clue what to do with the rest of the rooms, though my wife made a to-do list, so you should be fine. I'm sure it will turn out nicely. Good luck.
Oh, that's really nice, the two friends taking care of the animals together. One's a vet and the other one's got the sanctuary for the pets. Oh, that's so nice. So the ground floor we're going to turn at least part of it into a clinic, and then the top two floors are going to be the home. So he's given us some basic ideas for the layout of his clinic, but he's going to bring some of the stuff with him, and then his wife's given us instructions for the rest of the house. So that's what we'll be working on then. That's a really big house. This looks like it could be a great house as well for when you're doing your own projects. So much space there. Right, what we'll need to do first then, I think, is have a quick mooch around the garden and get the mower out. Underneath the stairs could be a bit of a problem because there might be a few little bits of grass that we can't cut, but I think most of it will work out fairly simple. But look, it's a gorgeous house. I look forward to having a go at that one for myself as well. This one might be the one we use when we try and get as many pets in as we can, because it looks like there's an awful lot of space to be able to add pet rooms in. Let's have a look how big the garden. The garden looks to be a decent size as well, so we could put... Oh look, there's a squirrel! Look there on the road, a little squirrel, a red squirrel. Don't see many red squirrels these days. Most of the ones here in Britain are all grey, because the grey ones outcompeted the red ones, so it's very, very rare to see a red one now. They're nearly all grey ones. Yeah, so let's have a quick mow of the garden then. So there's like 4 houses in this general vicinity, and I think the closest one is Morgan's house, the pet sanctuary. And the two of them are already friends, so that's really nice. You've got like your best friend right next door to you in the countryside, and you're both looking after the animals. So it'll be a really nice little life for people like that, I think. So yeah, I'm getting carried away with fictional people's lives. It just sounds like such a wonderful way for them to live. Two friends live next door, sharing a passion for animals. They've just got so much in common. They'll just have a lot of fun together, I think. And when you're passionate about something, whatever it is you're passionate about, when you're passionate about it, it just makes your life so much happier and better, and especially if you can share it with somebody else who's a really good friend. Yeah, maybe Morgan isn't the closest neighbour, because I think Morgan's house might be up that way. That's the closest neighbour, but that's not Morgan. But there's still a decent space even between these, even though these are more close together than most of the other groupings of houses on this particular map. It's a lovely big map, so there's always a chance that they could add extra houses to it later, because there's plenty of space on the map for that, if they wanted to. Right, so there's lots of little patches of grass here, so it kind of makes it easier to mow lots of little patches all at once. See, that's one of the neighbours, that's not Morgan. Morgan's up on the hill behind us, I think. And then there's another house almost in a line with where Morgan's house is, so it's almost like a square of 4 houses together. There's an awful lot of these weird thistly weeds in this garden, isn't there? Yeah, it looks like this house might have been empty for a while because of the thistles, but the grass would be taller if it had been empty for quite a while. There's pretty butterflies again, look. Right, so that's another little patch done. There's quite a few access points here, because there's another set of stairs here around the back there. Yeah, it's not a bad sized garden, is it? Considering we're in the countryside, I'm surprised there weren't at least a couple of the houses with much bigger garden plots. They're all relatively small. You could potentially... Well, they're quite big for I was just going to say they could potentially get gardens almost the same size inside towns. Depends what country you're in, doesn't it, I suppose. But these plots, I actually did think we'd get at least a few with slightly bigger gardens because they were out in the countryside. But land's expensive regardless of where you are, isn't it? Even if you're out in complete sticks, it's expensive farming land then, isn't it? So probably most people, unless they're farmers, they're not going to get a huge plots of land because it's just too expensive. This landscape we've got here, there's lots of like rock formations and things, so it's not really suitable for farming, so they've utilised it for popping houses in on every little relatively flat bit. So I guess the plot of land is dependent on how big a flat plot of space you've got. Yeah, this is actually quite a big garden because it's taking us quite a long time to mow it. So you could fit in kids climbing equipment, you can fit in big dog kennels. Oopsies, what did I do there? How did I end up with a hammer? I'm not quite sure how I ended up with the hammer. I think my finger slipped and I just got the wrong buttons. I actually meant to keep mowing. Hello pretty butterfly, don't get too close to my mower, or you won't be a pretty butterfly and that would be very sad. Yeah, so this is the bit I'm not sure whether we can... Oh, I think we might be able to actually get that grass. Oh, awesome. I was thinking we might not be able to get that under there, but we did. It left us enough space to be able to do it. That was very handy. Yes, too much of this mowing actually gets my motion sickness going. I can feel my head starting to go a little bit. So I hope that we've nearly finished the grass. It's very awkward to get where the drain pipes are. And there's lots and lots of little pillars on this particular house because of the way the decking seems to be held up by these little pillars on the outside of the house, which makes it a really pretty house, but it makes it a little bit difficult to mow the lawn. It also leaves you that little bit of space under an overhang, so you could put garden furniture, so you could actually sit out even in the rain, or you could leave out cushioned sofas and things in the garden. Hopefully the rain won't get onto it unless there's a really high wind. It's still a risk though if there's high winds, but it might be enough at least some of the year. Now, I think there's a big garage on one side here, wasn't there? Is it 2 or 3 door garage? But he said first floor. That's American. That means ground floor. In Britain we say ground floor. In America they say first floor. And then what we class as the first floor is second floor for Americans. So it can get a little bit confusing with different terminology, can't it? So I think it's this big, like 2 or 3 door garage. He was planning to convert at least part of it into his clinic, and then have the top 2 floors for the actual living area. That was a weird angle, wasn't it, there when we went under the stairs, but I think we managed to get all the grass. So let's just look for the little bits that we've missed, especially where the drain pipes are. I think we'll have missed a few little bits there. But with the stairs up at the front of the house, if it does have the clinic on the ground floor, that allows the family to have a completely separate entrance, and then we've got this route up from the back here as well. Can't get to that little bit. So I think that's the only patch of grass that we can't get. That's just that little bit right underneath the stairs. Just can't quite get to it. Right in the centre. We've got some of it, look, but that little tiny patch right in the middle we just can't reach. I have tried my hardest from every angle. Look, there's just a tiny bit that we can't get. Yeah. We will have to live with that. Okie doke. So if we go up this one, oh, it goes onto the deck. Oh, that's nice. And there's like patio doors there into what they're like the dining room, kitchen area. Okay, so it's an open plan dining kitchen room area. From outside, that actually looks quite nice. So it doesn't look like that needed a lot of work. So it looks like we're not going to need to work on every room. So there's your main door if you come up your stairs. Yeah, so this all looks nice. So that's the route down to where the clinic and garage is. So this is a complete open plan area. So you've got living room, dining room, kitchen, all in one great big open room. And then these patio doors lead to that back exit, and the terrace patio goes all the way around all 4 sides of the house. So we just need to add a few like little bits for the pet, I think, into this big open plan room, and that's all there is, isn't there? So we want the open cat litter box, the Lostario. Let's go for pink, shall we? Because we've kind of got soft colours in this room. So we'll go for a soft colour on the accessories. The Mimosa cat tree, I don't like that colour. Let's go for a soft colour. I do like that soft pastel rose pink. I really like that. Don't want to put that next to the cat litter. How about we put it over here? This looks like a big open space, doesn't it? We could put that here? Maybe? No, maybe not. It's kind of leaves the cat out. I'm not sure I really want to block the window, but I do kind of like that as a better position for the cat tree, for people to not feel like they're going to walk into it. That's a bit bright. Let's go for the more pastel-y colour, and then the darker as the contrast. And if we put that... well, I'm so tempted to... Yeah, let's put that on the actual tiling for the kitchen, because it could be so much easier to clean up if the cat spills food. And they often do spill stuff because it's awkward sometimes for them to scoop the food properly. I mean, I've bought angled bowls for my cats, but they still can spill stuff. And I've got a mat underneath my bowls as well, and sometimes it still misses. Especially if they do the silly thing like they put the paw in the water bowl and tip the whole thing up. A number of times they've done that, it's crazy. Right, so the bathroom's beautiful as well. That doesn't need any work. Bedroom's got hanging bed, look. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about a swinging hanging bed. Not sure I think that would be one for me. Right, so this floor, look, I don't think we need to do any work on it at all. Right, so let's have a look upstairs. Oh, this is going to need work, okay. So the living space has already been done, and one bedroom, like the master bedroom. And then this all needs a good clean. So let's have a bit of a clean up here. Let's get rid of all the mess and see what we're working with. I think we're going to be changing some of the walls. And then it looks like we've got another like balcony thing here. Oh, I need to put in a new door, don't I? Oh, it doesn't want me to sell the old door. But that looks very sad, that door. It won't come clean. I need to change that. Why won't you let me take the door out? Okay, I think we're going to be putting in those big sliding glass doors here. Look, the Grecia door. And we're changing these doors. It's quite a contrast, this house then, isn't it? Because the living room floor is all done and the master bedroom is all done. And then up here, it hasn't even been cleaned out. So it's kind of a weird contrast. What's the empty weird boxes? It's not like it's even really been used as storage space or anything, has it? 'Cause it's all just like proper garbage junk to sell, so yeah, very much a weird contrasty building. But there's an awful lot of space up here. We could make, what, a couple of bedrooms? 2 or 3 bedrooms? A couple of bedrooms and a bathroom? That'd be a great use of space, wouldn't it? I mean, the vet said that he has a wife and they have a cat. He didn't say if they've got kids or anything. Right, so what do we need to knock down? So we need to knock space into here. So that's going to be moving the door from the side to the front of the room, to near the stairs. That's a better placement for the door. Do I want to go all the way to the edge? I think I do. Oops, I've just hit the side there, which I'm not... Oh no, I think I did need to take that out. I think we are selling the door and moving that. Are we going to make that a solid wall at the side where the door should be? Right, I'm going to have to knock that out now that I've accidentally damaged some of the things that maybe I didn't need to. But we definitely need to take that, this lintel from where the door was down. Better to just clean out anything I've accidentally hit and then just rebuild it. Right, that looks like a solid pit, doesn't it? Right, that's okay. Right. We need to do the same over here as well. And we're going to be getting rid of this door here as well, aren't we? The support thing. And get rid of that one. But it won't let me sell this one. Don't know why it won't let me sell that one, because it looks like a very old door that definitely needs replacing. Right, so what we need to do, I think, is take this down, this lintel bit, and then we're going to make a smaller door. To me this would make sense to put a bedroom on either side and then like a bathroom in the middle. That's how I kind of feel that I would do this section. I think I might have taken out some bits of wall that I didn't need to there by accident. I'm just swinging the hammer a little bit randomly. It'll all work out in the end. We just rebuild the bits we need. Probably better to try and do the full pieces first. So we're going to need... 1, 2... Yeah, we're filling in these side walls. That's the obvious thing. So we'll do that. And then if we do this one... This centre room here now doesn't have a window, so I think we definitely should be adding a window into that. Right, So that needs to come one further forward because I accidentally took one too many off, I think. And then we need to close this up by a couple. Yeah, and then again on this side, a couple closer in. How does that look? That looks like that might be right. Then we need to fill off that wall. How does that look? I think we need a lintel now above these door spaces. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are some narrow doors with just 3 spaces, and then the standard ones are like 4. So I think all of these are going to be standard size 4 wide doors. But it makes much more sense for them to be out on this main corridor rather than on the sides of the room, because it kind of makes that middle space dead wasted space. So this is a better utilisation of the layout by not actually moving too much of the wall. Right, so let's have a little bit of a clean. Let's have a little clean on this balcony area. Oh, we've got this like trellisy thing up here. You could like grow vines or bougainvillea or something like that, or wisteria or something on that, couldn't you? It adds a little bit of a pergola feel, doesn't it? And it's a little bit of shade, but not completely full shade. Doesn't keep the rain off either, but it does look quite pretty, especially if you grow something on it. Though to be honest, because you're up higher, you'd have to put them in plants and grow them across, so it could be quite high maintenance to actually grow your plants across that. And you also have to watch climbing plants that they don't then do any damage to your brickwork and your mortar and stuff, so it can look pretty, but it's not always the best thing for your house. So yeah, interesting choice that, but yeah, it does give you a little bit of shade up here. Right, how are we going to do this? They want 5 lamps. Do we... If I go kind of round the edge, that's not 5, so we have got to decide how many places to... So I've got 2, so that would be 3. That would be 4, and then if we go back to the back, that would be 5. No. Why is it only saying 4? Okay, I miscounted somehow. Can I then go back to here? For the... No, it won't let me. How about the one short and then go along there? So that's 5. How's that? That could work. That could work. Right, the Pesquidillo dark porch panels for the floor. This is like slightly groovy. Yeah, it's that one with the more grooves, so it gives you a bit more grip. It's quite a rich dark chocolatey type colour, isn't it? And then it's got the little grooves in the wood so that it gives you that grippy feel. The Dolcezza Terrace sofa, and I want 2. We've got to try and figure out where we're going to put those. But I think we need to put in the patio door first, because that's going to change where we want to place things, isn't it? So it's 3 by 2, so it's a very big door, and they want us to put it in this exact spot, so it's almost exactly at the top of the stairs. So it's more centralised than the original doorway. Now can I sell these weird side doors and things? Oh, they want us to sell the light, sell the window. Okay, I wonder what they're thinking there. Now I can sell the door. Right, so we're closing the 2 doors that were originally there at the 2 ends, and we're just having one big like patio door. So that gives us like a dead little space at the corner at the top of the stairs now. Right, so we want to make these walls that we've just built blend in with the original walls, so we're making everything the same. They're like the open natural brickwork look to it, so we want to make the alterations blend in so it looks like we haven't changed anything. Right, has that got all of those? I think it has. I wonder if we're going to need them again somewhere else. Or should I just sell them? There's not enough of them left to really make a big difference if we do have to use some more. Right, we need to fill in the gap where the door is. And is that... oh, that's a different orientation. So we need to change the flooring. Oh, we're putting in that big bird cage. Is that why we sold the window? So we're putting that in. That great big bird cage, I actually thought it was going to be an outdoor aviary, but it looks like you can actually use it inside the house. I'm not quite sure which colours to go for. Do I want to go for like this chocolatey browny colour on all of it? Or do I want to go for a slightly like... ooh, that might be a bit too much contrast. Red oak maybe on the door so that the door looks a little bit different. So is this going to fit in this corner here then? Oh, it will. It is really big, but you can actually use it inside. There we go, look. I actually thought that was going to be an outdoor one. I wonder if you can put it in the garden. Oh, now I want to test if you can put it in the garden as well. Because if they're only meant to be indoor, that kind of cuts down on the space usage, because I was thinking that they would go outdoors as well. So if we were trying to put a lot of pets in one property, then it would make more sense for these big bird cages to be outside. Right, so that's a slightly darker colour. It's not a huge change in the colour of the flooring, but it's slightly darker and it's oriented long lengthways rather than across the narrower distance. Should we put the light switch right at the top of the stairs, or should we put it on this main wall over here? I think it's better to put it here so that if you're going in and out of the patio doors, you can reach it as you come straight to the top of the stairs. Right, so the Hostum Twine ceiling lamp, and we want 3 of them. So if we put 1 at each end, and then try and kind of find the middle bit for that. How's that? Maybe not perfectly spaced, but it's good enough. Now that we've made all the alterations, we can think about where the furniture should go. So let's have a look at how much they want. So we want a hammock, Vito Garden hammock. That's actually quite big, so that's going to utilise quite a bit of space. So I guess moving the doors into the centre kind of makes sense, because we can have the hammock at one end and like the sofas at the other, so that we're utilising the space to the best of our advantage. So yeah, I'm going for grey and blue for our hammock, and then we're going to angle that here to this side of the patio door. And then over here we want 2 of those big sofas, and we've got some terrace tables. I'm wondering if we can put like the sofas left and right and the tables in the middle, so you've got like a congregational seating area for friends and family to all gather together, enjoy the nice weather and sit and chat. Oh, we also want ceiling lamps. Oh, we're going to hang those from the like pergola trellis thing. You know, I'm never sure what to call it. I'm going to call it trellis. There's probably a specific name for it, but it's escaping me at the moment. I'm not a big gardener, to be honest. I've only ever lived in houses with little gardens, to be honest, so I've never really had a space for something big like this. So if we put one at either end, and then we want to kind of find the middle. If we put it where the support is, that's kind of the middle, isn't it? How's that look? Oh, we need another one. Alright, we're going to have to space it out a little bit better than that. So if we put one here and then we move this one a little bit. How does that look space-wise? Well, that might be alright spaced out-wise. We also got this a couple of those like lounging chairs or sun chair things as well. That's actually a lot of furniture to fit. I mean, it is quite a big terrace, but that still sounds like quite a lot of furniture. So we could like, if we put them like on the end here like this, and then try and put one opposite it, there isn't really a lot of space to get round, is there? So maybe yeah, that wouldn't leave a lot of space, would it? No, if we did that, that's not going to look right. And then where would we put the sun loungers? Yeah, I think what we're going to have to do is put one against the wall, like this. And then maybe we put the other one with its back to, like, the edge of the patio. Terrace wall. Like, if I turn it over here, and maybe the tables can go in the middle and we've got that, like, seating area that way. Because then you slide in from where we stood, along the benches. How many tables? 2 tables. So if we put the 2 tables together like that. Yeah, and then now we've still got space to pop in 2 of the Felicita Big Terrace sunbeds. So we've gone for like blue and grey. So if we go for blue covers, we can fit 2 of them in here. Then you've got more space for walking past those, you see, to like the group seating area. Then what else are we missing? Oh, is that a plant? 8 of these little plants. So how about we put 1 on each of the tables? And then we, put the little pots around the wall maybe? Where should we put them? On either side of the middle pillar. How about at the corners? I'm going to have to jump on the furniture reach here, aren't I? 1 there, 1 there. And we still need 2 more, so how about we put 1 there and just at the other side of the pillar over this side, so that's all of them, isn't it? There you go. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy game!